Are you just sick of the data entry nightmare between QuickBooks and Odoo? Well, today we're going to walk through how to build a powerful, automated bridge between these two platforms. Seriously, it's time to put an end to manual data reconciliation for good.
You know the drill, right? You're spending hours just toggling between tabs, exporting CSVs, and basically just praying your financial data lines up across both systems. It's frustrating, and let's not even talk about the constant risk of a tiny human error throwing everything off.
Okay, so what if I told you there's a much better way to do this? Let's dive into how you can transform that whole tedious workflow into a system that's automated, super efficient, and totally reliable.
First things first, we need to get QuickBooks and Odoo talking to each other. Think of it like an initial handshake. And don't worry, this isn't some super complex technical thing. It's a really straightforward configuration that's going to lay the groundwork for everything else.
It really just boils down to 4 simple steps. First, we'll grab your API credentials from your QuickBooks developer portal. Then, we're going to hop over to Odoo and create a new instance for this connection. After that, it's literally just linking them up and connecting your specific company ID. That's it.
So what does that linking part actually look like? Well, it's basically a simple copy and paste job. You'll grab your client ID and client secret from QuickBooks, and you'll plug them right into Odoo. In return, Odoo gives you this unique callback URI that you just paste back into your QuickBooks settings. It's this secure two-way authentication that makes sure your data is always protected.
All right, now that they're connected, we can get to the fun part, mapping your financial data. This is where we build that powerful two-way street for all your critical info to flow back and forth between the two systems without a hitch. And when I say all your info, I mean it. The synchronization here is incredibly comprehensive. We're not just talking about customers and invoices. This thing covers your entire financial ecosystem. I mean, from your chart of accounts and tax rules, all the way to journals, products, sales orders, and payments. It's a true two-way sync, which means you get total consistency across both platforms.
You know, a huge concern with any kind of data sync is creating a mess of duplicated records. But this system is designed to be smart about that. When you import data, it automatically scans for records that already exist in Odoo, and it just intelligently skips them. It only creates what's genuinely new, which is absolutely key to keeping your data clean and reliable.
So, what does this look like in the real world? Let's take your chart of accounts. I mean, you've probably spent years getting it just right in QuickBooks. To bring it into Odoo, you just find the import function and kick off the process. It's that easy.
And right after the import, you'll see this mapping screen. This is where the magic happens. The system smartly matches up the records it recognizes and then highlights any new accounts that need to be created in Odoo. So with just a few clicks, your Odoo chart of accounts becomes a perfect mirror of your QuickBooks setup. Data consistency from day one.
Okay, so beyond that first sync, the real power here is in the advanced controls. This is where you go from having just a simple connection to a tool that you can really tailor to your specific business operations.
You basically get 3 incredibly powerful tools. You can manage connections from multiple QuickBooks companies all from inside one Odoo instance. You can run syncs for very specific date ranges. And the best part, you can put the whole thing on autopilot with scheduling. And this is so important because it means you're in complete control. You're not stuck with some all-or-nothing sync. If you only need to pull sales orders from last month, or maybe just import vendor bills from Q3, you can easily set a date range and grab only the data you actually need. Now, this right here is a total game changer for any organization that's managing more than one company. You can set up a completely separate and unique QuickBooks instance for each of your business entities. This keeps all the financial data totally distinct and organized, but you can still manage it all from your central Odoo environment. It's incredibly efficient. All right, in a perfect world, every single record would sync flawlessly, right? But what happens when there's an issue? Maybe a little formatting error or a missing field. Well, the system has a built-in safety net for exactly that situation.
It's called the mismatch log, and it's basically your command center for troubleshooting. Instead of one little error derailing the entire sync, the system is smart. It just skips the problem record, logs the issue for you, and keeps right on going with the rest of the job. This means your operations never get held up by some minor data glitch.
And the log gives you everything you need to fix things fast. It shows you the object that failed, the specific record ID, and a clear error message. This means you can pinpoint the problem, correct the data in either QuickBooks or Odoo, and then just rerun the sync for that one single record. Done. Data integrity maintained. So let's put all these pieces together and talk about the ultimate goal here, which is getting to a truly hands-off, set-it-and-forget-it financial workflow.
Inside Odoo's technical settings, you'll find these things called scheduled actions. This is where you can set up schedulers to run your import and export jobs all on their own. You can have them run every hour, once a day, once a week, whatever makes sense for your business.
And you get total granular control over these automated jobs. You get to decide exactly which data models you want to include. So maybe you want to auto-import new customers every day, but you only want to export products once a week. You could set up your import and export schedules to match your exact business needs.
So, by following these steps, you've created this seamless, reliable, two-way flow of information. The takeaway here is pretty simple. You're going to save countless hours, get rid of those manual errors, and make your whole operation way more efficient.
And of course, if you want to see exactly how this could be tailored for your own business, getting a personalized demo is a great next step. It lets you see the whole system in action, maybe even with some of your own use cases.
So we'll just leave you at this question to think about. What could you and your team really accomplish with all those hours you'll save every single week? The possibilities are definitely worth exploring. Thanks so much for watching.